Let's start with a little power ranking here, and I'm going to combine this now. It's 2 weeks, so I'm not going to sit there and give you the power rankings for the first 2 weeks. So if I did that, I'd have to put the Pirates and the Diamondbacks in the top 10. And the Pirates and the Diamondbacks are not going to be in anybody's top 10 with the power ranking until we get deep, at the very least, into the Major League season. So I'm going to do this based on really a combination of factors, but last year has to count. Now, I want you to get off to a decent start this year, but you have to be good last year. Now, I'm going to eliminate the Phillies because they've been terrible. We're they're 4-9, so we'll keep them aside. But for the most part, we're going to go with last year as a theme, and then we add to what they did this year. We're going to go 10-1, and let's see if this stirs the pot. Alana won't like it. Number 10 is Minnesota. I can't put Minnesota any higher than number 10 because I never trust them in big spots in postseason play. In postseason play, how dangerous these teams can be in October counts here as well when we rank these clubs. I will put Minnesota. They gotten off to a decent start. They got pretty solid starting pitching in which they're going to give you a good starter every single day out. They had a good first inning last night against the Yankees, and we all know they never beat New York. I mean, outside of a bad series they had in Miami, they've been pretty good out of the gate. I'll make them the number 10th team. And I'm going to put them, I really shouldn't put them over the Guardians, but the Guardians lost 2 out of 3 to the Yankees, so I'll make the Twins number 10. I'm going to put the Brewers number 9. They beat the Cardinals, which I like. They beat the Cubs in Wrigley, which I like. They're 2-2 on a West Coast trip right now, which I like. You know they have good pitching. They were pretty darn competitive last year. They got an excellent manager. I'm going to put Milwaukee. They should make they got a chance to make the playoffs. They swept the Mets. I know they didn't make it last year, and I will put Milwaukee number 9 as far as my power ranking is concerned. I'm going to put San Diego number 8. I probably should go a little higher with them, but I'm going to go San Diego 8. They've been a little up and down. Beat the Braves, then they lose 3 out of 4 to the Mets in Milwaukee. Bad series in New York. Lost last night in the 10th inning. I don't love their starting pitching. Hader was lucky to get out of a game against the Mets this week. I could go higher here. I feel like to be a pain in the neck. I want to get you some reaction. I'll put San Diego at number 8. And I could go higher based on last year getting to the NLCS. I'm going to leave that number 8. Dodgers at number 7. I'm still going to go pedigree. I understand that San Diego beat them last year in the postseason. I understand that the Dodgers got, listen, they're not as good on paper as they were a year ago. They lost 5 of 8 to Arizona, which is a no-no. And they got a tough schedule forthcoming. I will go Dodgers number 7. I could flip it if you wanted me to, based on last year with the Padres beating them in the divisional series 3-1. But I'll go Dodgers 7, Padres 8. Sort of like the Twins and Guardians. I could switch those two. I could switch Padres, and I can switch Dodgers. I'm going to put the Toronto team number 6. They made the playoffs last year, 90 wins the year before that, 6-4 in that road trip. All right, they lost to Detroit yesterday. Not going to go crazy there. We know they can hit. Pretty good starting pitching. They have swagger, too much swagger for a team that's done nothing. But I will put them at number 6. Because the Jays are a team that should win around 88, 90 games. They played decently against the Yankees. They're off to a decent start with a lot of road games. I'm going to go with them number 6. I'm putting the Mets number 5. I could eliminate the Mets and really be a pain in the neck about it. Obviously Verlander hasn't pitched yet. Scherzer had the one decent start where he went 5 innings. And a lot of their wins are against the Marlins. I understand that. But last year they won 101 games. They have a road trip forthcoming right now. They should play pretty well on it. They started in Oakland. They did beat the Padres 2 out of 3. We love the manager. They won 101 last year. I don't see any reason why I don't put them at number 5. I'll stick with that. Now, this is where we're going to get a little tricky. I'm going to put Tampa number 4. I know you say, Chris, how do you not put Tampa number 1? I'm going to explain. If the postseason started today and Tampa, Houston, and the Yankees were in the postseason, okay? And Tampa was playing the Yankees and playing Houston in a best of 7 or 5 series, what do you think Vegas is going to favor? Who would be the favorite? Don't tell me Tampa, because they wouldn't be. Who would be the favorite? If Judge and Stanton, Rondon, and Cole were facing Tampa in a best of 7 right this second in October, who's going to be favored? The Yankees. If they're playing the world champion Astros, who's going to be favored? Houston. So I'm going to put Tampa number 4. Yes, playoffs. Yes, 13-0, give them all the credit in the world. Lousy opponents, but give them all the credit in the world. I'm not going to let them break the top three because the top three is Atlanta. They're at third. Last year, of course, they won the division, chased down the Mets. 2 years ago, won a World Championship. 9-4 to date. They've had some injuries as well. You know, Soroka, maybe one of these days will come back and pitch. Fried hasn't been there. Who doesn't like Atlanta at number 3? That's where I'm going to stick them. I'm going to put the Yankees at number 2, despite last night. 8-5. They've won 4 of their first 4 series. They haven't had their pitching organized. Obviously, Severino hasn't pitched. The aforementioned Rondon. I just think that the Volpe will hit eventually. You know, Judge and Stanton are sitting there. Rizzo. I think the Yankees are the second best team in the sport, and I'm putting the Astros number 1. You know, I know they haven't been great. I know they lost 2 out of 3 in Minnesota. They were 3-3 on that, or 4 and whatever they were in that first homestand. What were they? 4-4, 3-4 on that first homestand. You know, they did a good job in Pittsburgh. They won 2 out of 3. But I'm gonna put the Astros. They're the world champs. Two straight American League pennants. I don't know how you don't. I'm gonna go Houston number 1. So Astros, Yankees, Braves, Rays, and Mets are my top 5.